Well, fellas, welcome to my desktop again. Hopefully you'll be able to see this video much better than the one previously. Also played around with my audio settings a bit, so hopefully you'll be able to hear me a lot better than before. If not, headphones work perfectly, so you should just use those if you can't hear me that well. So today we'll be doing the economy. I'm just going to be doing a brief run through of how you do it and where you code it and why you code it. We'll go from there. So I'm going to start in my tinkering file, which if you listen to my previous video is the file that I do most of my or all of my edits. So where you want to go to edit the economy, market, ships, and things like that is equipment. And you'll find there's three particular files you have to worry about. The market commodities, and market commodities is basically as it sounds. This is where you program where a commodity will be sold and for how much. Also, you program where it can be bought and for how much as well. Market miscellaneous. Market miscellaneous is for any type of equipment. So in 2.0 particularly, this will be where the proton torpedoes are sold, or concussion missiles, or countermeasures. Market ships is basically as it sounds. Markets where you're going to sell and buy your ships. Well, you can sell it anywhere. Anywhere you can sell the ships, but you can only buy it at certain places. And we'll get into that. And that's pretty much all you need to know. You'll see that the market commodities and the market ships, your corresponding file that has the information of where the commodities and the equipment are, and ships is in the goods INE. So, for example, as I was explaining last time, you have your good here, which is the A-wing, and then you have all your air conditioning and all your parts right here that you buy along with it. And that's what you actually will put in is the A-wing package. And say, for example, the market ships, you'll see that it's the A-wing package and not actually the ship name. But we'll get into that in just a little bit. So just wanted to give you a little brief run through about that. And if I scroll down a bit, be able to see that all the commodities are here as well. Let me see one of Dev's notes here. He leaves a whole bunch, which are great for new coders to read. So this is what we have right now to deal for our commodities. We can always add things later, which is not a big deal, but this is just what we're dealing with right now, with what can be sold, and has all the different files, rather the corresponding code towards that. So just to go through a brief run through so you know what's actually going on here. So this right here is a tag. The good classifies it as a tag, and it will end here. As we found out through Elderbaron, apparently these spaces are bad things, and after we're done coding the majority of 2.0, we'll be making these spaces go away with Dev's lovely new program. So the nickname is what you do to name it in another file. So for example, going to the market commodities real quick here, sorry about this. Market commodities, alright. So you'll see that you'll actually give the nickname for the item in your goods, in your market commodities rather. That's what you do for most things. Most things are referenced from other files through their nickname. So in this case, you can see what's sold on Planet Coruscant, which is to be the Bacta and things like that, and that's matched through its nickname. And the equipment, it just names it as that. I don't really know. I've really never figured out what this message ID prefix thing is. So if somebody could tell me about that, that'd be lovely. Category will tell you if it's a commodity or something else. Price, this is the initial buying price for the item, and you can edit this later. This is how you'll actually change the price of economy later on. However, what you put in there now really doesn't matter. Combinal means that will you be able to buy buy something else with it. So for example, if you're going to do multiple trade routes, you can have multiple items on there, not just the BACTA. So your good sell price, this is a ratio. So it's saying that the good price can be 1.17 above this, I think. So it tends to do with reps. We don't really use a lot of that, so I don't know much about this. Usually I just was always kept it at 1 for the most part, because we don't usually use a lot of rep stuff. And the shop archetype, this is what the icon will look like, and this is where it's linked to. So this is, if you go to the equipment to models, commodities, NCY or whatever, you'll find the little tile that you see on the screen for this item. And sorry, actually it's the other way around. The ship archetype is what you actually see in the game, in the system, and the item icon is what you actually see as your little buying icon, I guess, if that makes any sense. Basically, when you go to the market, you'll see the little icon for whatever item it is right there, and this is where that link is. So that's what this is really about. And just because you weren't able to see it last time, I'll just go through the ship thing really quick. So what happens is there's two components to every ship package. You have these A-wing hull, and this will tell you this category will tell you it's a ship hull, so it has to do with the actual ship itself. And that's the ship it links up to in the ship arc INE. We'll get into that on another date. This is the price you can buy it for, and this means it's been commented out. This little thing right there. So Freelancer knows that little semicolon there means that to forget that all the information after that. IDS name is the actual name of the ship, and this will link. It's not really important for ship arc stuff. Sorry, I mean for goods INE stuff. So you'll see that they're all the same number. So you usually just keep the same number. And the item icon, just like with the commodities, you'll see that the little box with the little ship in it, and this is where that's linked up to. So then you'll see that the second parts of the good package, this nickname is A-wing _ package, and you'll see that they're named specifically, and they're named a lot better than they were in 1.66, just namely for better organization, so you know exactly what ship it is. And I'm a big anal person about this and making sure that these things match and that everything is really organized. And the most important part is that any newbie person looking at the code will understand a little bit of what's going on, because everything will match and there won't be some weird numbers in them. So anyways, this the second part. This is actually what you buy. This just tells you the category, which is the ship, and the hull. You'll see that links up back to this one, which is the A-wing hull right there. And you'll see that this is the add-on, so this is where the engine will be, and that's a different part of the code. That's part of your engine's equip INE, I'm pretty sure. Let me look at equip. Yeah, engine equip INE, and engine power, A-wing power. That's in your miscellaneous equip right here. That's the video thing. Okay, and this is just your scanners and your tractor, and you'll see this is how large the tractor, how many meters rather the scanners work, and how far the tractor works. This is the particular weapons, which is in your weapon equip. And this little 1 means here is that only one item will be sold for this one component. So for example, if I put 2 there, they'll try to put 2 items at one hard point. I think that's the way it works, because right now this is your weapons equip, and that links up to that nickname there, and this tells the game where to put that weapon. So this is your hard point, and 1 means how many of them you want. But correct me if I'm wrong there, anybody who knows more about that. So anyways, that's just a little brief run through. So you'll see now that everything kind of links between the goods and the markets. That's the way that it's kind of set up. So if I wanted to do market commodities, you'll see that this looks kind of confusing with all these zeros and ones and all that stuff, but it's not too bad. Basically what this is that market good. It tells you, well, that's where I'll get his file. That's the file name for it. So it's just a namifier. Jesus, I can't think of the thing at the moment. Basically, it's a modifier rather, saying that this is where the file is coming from. This is what it is. It's a market good. So it's saying a commodity. This is the nickname of it. So which links up to the goods INE, which we saw. 0 and -1. This means that what rep can buy it. So that means anybody can really buy it. This actually should have a 0 here. Actually, no, it shouldn't. Comma. Right there. Anyways, as I was saying, this 0 and -1 has to do with reputations. Really, for the most part, all you really need to do is copy this. This 150 and 500, this tells the game that this item will be sold at this location. So you'll see that anything that has this nomenclature, so this one, GS battery, 0, -1, 150, 500, can be bought there. And these right here are items that can be sold there. And you'll see this right here, these numbers right here, are the actual modifiers for the buying price. So for example, when we saw the goods INE, when I was saying just to go back, just so everybody can see it, you'll find that find works really well to get through things really quickly. Okay, so you'll see that they have initial the price right here, and this price will link up to that commodity. So for example, if I was looking at this 1,000 for the start price, this would be the modifier, so you'd actually sell it for 1,226 credits. I'll organize this a little bit better, just because I haven't really got to it yet. Essentially, what I like to do is have all the sell items. So for example, I'll comment it and I'll say sell items, and I'll put all the sell items there. You'll see that the way they actually did it in 1.68 is organized that way. I'll just go there really quick since I have that on my system, so you can see what it should look like. Okay, and market commodities, there it is. So this is what I'm going to want. This is the way I'm going to want it situated. So looking at this, you'll see that all the 150, 500s are things that's selling to the player. And this right here is the price modifier. So for example, you can buy it for $1,000, but you can actually change the buy price here. So if I wanted to say charge somebody 5,000 credits, I would put a 5 there for the buy modifier. And this works very similar for the sell modifier here. Sorry, for the sell modifier I was talking about, and this is the buy modifier. So the actual station itself will buy it for that much. And 0, -1, and 0, that has to do with reputations. And 0 to 1, I'm not quite sure exactly what it has to do with. I'll review it for you guys, but it's not really that big of a deal. Honestly, all you have to do is kind of copy this and paste it again. Change the commodity to whatever commodity you want. So for example, if I wanted the bottom one here, this phase shifter, I'll just put that in there, and voila, it's done. All I really need to do later on at some point is change the modifier. So for you guys, it's pretty easy to do. But I'm going to do a quick little tutorial just how to do that. I'm just going to try to, I'll just do this real quick because I wanted to do that anyways. Okay, got 2 files running anyways. Alright, so okay, and then I'm just going to organize this a little bit so you guys know what I'm looking for here. So this is the selling, I put that there. Another 100, 500, so that's another sell item, and I'm going to put that there. Okay, and then for all the buying items, they go there. Now, where this base is, this base links up to your universe INE. Universe INE, just to show you where that is within the it's within the universe file. So data universe, and then you'll find universe here. So all your bases are put in here. If you don't put your base in here, if you don't name it, it won't come up in game. However, this links to a different file, which I'll get into the next time around, is how to code bases. So anyways, so the nickname here is Planet Coruscant Base. The way I've named this up is fairly similar. It's basically the name of the base, and with a little base at the end. All spaces are done by underscores, if you guys haven't noticed that yet. So for anything you want sold at a particular base, you have to make sure that it is actually within the universe INE. In all cases it should be, but it doesn't hurt just to double check to see what's going on, and that could catch potential bugs. So you can see the chip arc there, the arms, golden arms, it's all here. I don't think I've actually put all the things in here, but maybe I have. Let's see, Endor, I think that was the last bit I have done. Yeah, okay, so I haven't done anything else in that point, so I do have them all in here for you guys right now. So hope that makes sense. Yeah. And the other thing is the chips. Do that real quick. Market chips. So market chips is pretty much set up the same way. All you really have to know is about this numbering system. You just keep it consistent, and all you really need to change is this package part here for where you want it sold. Each base can only sell 3 ships, so don't put more in or it won't work. I think if you put more in, it'll only sell the first 3. I'm not quite sure about that, but only put 3 per base. And just keep this numbering system. It has to do with the reps again, reputations of the buyer. So, for example, if I want this item sold here, all I need to do is put this in, and voila, it's done. And I can change the package. This package will match up with the goods INE again. So if I ever wanted to change that, it's not a big deal to whatever ship I want to sell at that location. So I hope that made sense, guys. It's really a cut and paste kind of thing, but I wanted to go through it all real quick. What else? Market. So basically the same thing, but you can put as many as you want here. It's not restricted like the ships. And this is sold at all the bases. You want to keep this numbering system. That tells it that it wants an equipment. I think this nomenclature, this numbering system, other than the reputation, will tell it what part it wants it sold as. So you want it sold as equipment and ammo. Just looking at 1.68 because it has a little more stuff in it at that particular point. Let's see what this one. So market. Okay, so it has a little bit differing numbering system. The other one had 50 apparently, but all has to do with reputations and things. Oh, this right here. It's a little confusing. I think it's right here has to do with the reputations. So it's between 0 and 25 somebody can buy it in. So this means that a hostile person can buy it, and this means that a person must have a reputation to this base, whatever reputation it has within the systems INE. I'll get into that at some point, just not right now for your what you guys need to know. It has to have a reputation greater than that to buy it. 10 to 10, I don't know what that means, to be honest. I know these definitely are reputations numbers. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But really, as you'll see, that most of the stuff right now is kind of a cut and paste sort of deal until we start adding more commodities. If we want to add more commodities, I don't really know at this point. But yeah, so it's pretty much cut and paste. But I wanted to give you a little brief run through of what things are and how they coordinate with all the different files. Okay, that's it for now. Hope that all works out for you. And thanks, guys, for helping me do this. I appreciate it.